how an ignorant devotee found that the divine must be sought within. There was a Hindu devotee who was puzzled trying to decide what scriptures he should read and what idol he should worship. Idols are used in India to help fix the mind in concentration on a particular aspect of the one formless spirit, and are respectfully kept covered in a temple so that the birds and weather will not destroy them. So this devotee said, "Which god shall I worship?" He would buy one idol, and then he would be afraid the others would get angry, so he would buy another. He had 2 big trunks in which he carried all his holy books and images suspended from his shoulders on a pole. Every day somebody would tell him he had better worship this god or that god and read this or that holy book, so heavier and heavier the trunks grew. He saw he would have to buy a 3rd trunk. But he thought, it is not possible to carry 3 trunks. He sat by the side of a pond and began to weep. "Infinite Spirit, tell me which book to read and which idol to worship. As soon as I worship one god, I think the others are getting angry." It so happened that a saint passed by that way, and seeing the crying man said, "Son, why are you weeping? What is the matter?" "Saint, I don't know which book to read, and look at these hundreds of idols. I don't know which one to please." The saint said, "Close your eyes and pick up any book and follow that book throughout life, and drop the idols on a rock and break them one by one. The one that does not break, worship that one." So he picked up one book. Most of the idols were made of clay, and all broke except one that was made of solid stone. Then the saint suddenly came back and said, "I forgot to tell you something. Now that you have found your God, go back home. But if you find a more powerful God than this one, worship him. Always worship the more powerful God." So the man went home, and on his little altar he put the stone idol, worshiping and offering fruits. Every day he discovered the fruit was gone, so he thought, "The saint certainly told me of the right idol. Since he has eaten the fruits, he must be a living God." One day, overcome by curiosity, he thought he would watch how a god eats. He opened his eyes just a little, and while he was praying, he saw a huge mouse come and eat the fruit. Then he said, "Look at that stone idol. It cannot eat the fruit, but the mouse can, so it is a more powerful god." He caught the mouse by the tail and tied it on the altar. His wife said, "You have gone crazy." "No, I have not gone crazy. I am just following the instructions of the saint to worship whatever form of God is the most powerful." So he put the stone aside and began to worship the mouse instead. One day he was meditating when suddenly he heard a great noise. Opening his eyes, he saw a pussycat eating the mouse. He thought, "That is interesting. The pussycat is more powerful than the mouse, so I must worship the cat." He got hold of the cat and made a place for it on the altar. The cat did not have to catch mice anymore, receiving an offering of milk every day without any labor on its part. Day after day, the man's meditation grew deeper, and the cat got fatter. After each meditation, the man used to drink a bowl of milk placed before him by his wife. The pussycat was not satisfied with what she got, so she concentrated on the man's bowl of milk. One day she drank it up and went back and sat on the altar. The wife came in, saw the milk gone, looked at the cat sitting on the altar feigning innocence, and went and got the broom. Her husband's meditation was broken by the noise of the broomstick falling on the yowling cat. He looked at his wife chastising the cat, and he thought, "That is interesting. My wife is more powerful than the pussycat, so she's a better god than the cat." Then he demanded that his wife sit on the altar. So she sat, and every day he meditated on her. Of course, the wife still cooked food for her husband, and after he finished worshiping her, he would eat his meal. It so happened that one day he bit down hard on a piece of charcoal in the rice. "Why did you put charcoal in the rice? Why did you do that?" the man shouted at his wife, to which the wife apologetically replied, "Master, I did not deliberately put charcoal in the rice. Forgive me, I am thy servant." Then he said, "Ah, that's interesting. So you are my servant. You like to serve me. then I am more powerful than you are. Then I am the most powerful God. God is in me. I have found him now, within myself. You won't find God anywhere unless you find him within. Find him within, and you shall find him without, everywhere. If you find him in the temple of your soul, you find him enshrined in all temples and churches and in all souls,